Alrighty, folks, we have got a lot to cover in this video. Battlefield 6 is here, it's leaking, it's all over the place, it's everywhere, and my tiny little gamer heart could not be more happy. It's pitter-pattering. I cannot express how excited I am about the possibility now, nothing's guaranteed, but the possibility that not only are we getting Battlefield 6 sooner than we thought, but by the way that it's looking, it could actually be rock freaking solid. So sit back, buckle in, because we're going to go over everything we know, what's out there, and what we think. Now, since this is all just kind of happening, their trailer dropped yesterday. You know, this was just your atypical cinematic trailer. We're just freestyling this video. This is all off the top of the dome. No script, no heavy edits or cuts. This is just me wanting to talk about everything that I've seen and what I'm hoping that we can expect. So the Battlefield 6 trailer, obviously, again, it released yesterday. I'm sure everybody's seen that by now. It was just a cinematic trailer, you know, whatever. There's not a whole lot that I feel like you can take from cinematic trailers. That's going to be playing right up here in the corner of the screen, but there are a few things that I want to point out about what we see in the trailer. And hopefully what we're seeing in the trailer is going to be indicative of some of the things that we can expect from the game itself. Now, first and foremost is the destruction that is being clearly emphasized in the trailer throughout the whole thing. Just about the destruction is out of this world. It's off the charts. Everything's blowing up. It's exploding. It's crumbling. There's helicopters flying into buildings. Just everything is over the top destruction. And that's been a huge part of what the Battlefield community has been wanting from Battlefield forever. Battlefield 3, 4, Bad Company 2, we don't need to talk about how great they were, we get it. But they've really overemphasized here in this trailer the destruction elements of the game. Now, this is not the multiplayer trailer. The multiplayer trailer is coming July 31st, and there's also been an open beta announced that's scheduled to potentially take place, I guess sometime in August or maybe October. I'll have to double check that. But right off the bat, we see in this video a lot of destruction, and we love it. Bring it. Let's blow our PCs up, man. So there are just a few more things that I wanted to point out about the trailer. Now, obviously, overall, the visual fidelity and the way the trailer looks and everything's incredible, but that's what we've come to expect from AAA developers these days. The trailers are always super dope, super cinematic. It's the same thing with Call of Duty, Battlefield, obviously. They always produce banger trailers. You know, you take it with a grain of salt, but some things that I noticed in the trailers that I kind of wanted to point out that I thought were cool, and I'm looking at this as I'm talking about it, it'll be up on the screen, is, you know, we get a nice close-up shot of, you know, what looks to be like some sort of ACR, MCW. It doesn't look quite like a SCAR to me type weapon. Maybe it is, maybe it's not, but we get a nice close-up side shot of it, broadside shot of it. You know, it looks like it's got a, you know, a red dot on the rail, perhaps a laser. Obviously, it's got a tack light, it's got a grip. So it's really cool to see that we're in this modern tactical setting. You can see the soldiers, how they're outfitted. We've got, you know, some guys wearing NVR. We'll get to that in a second. But the guns they're showcasing, they look great. They're modified. That's going to be huge. I love it. I love it. In the next shot that we've got here, it looks like we've got something similar where it's like an MP7. You know, we don't get quite as good of a close-up on it, but you can clearly see it's some type of MP7, you know, MPX, whatever, MP9 type situation, modded, light stock, combat stock, tactical stock, whatever it is, maybe an extended mag on it, suppressor. And these guys are entering the buildings, you know, they're entering tactically, all that cool stuff. That's probably more of a campaign type feature than a multiplayer one, obviously. Who knows, depending on the mode, maybe that would come into play. Back to the NVR, we've got a shot here of a fully night visioned mission, raid, whatever. Again, this will probably be more single player than it will be multiplayer, but it would be super dope depending on the modes that are in the game, which we'll talk about later. If we had a night vision based mission, whether it's campaign only or not, everyone loves that shit. We loved it in Modern Warfare. We still love it. It's always going to be super cool. Last one I wanted to point out, and I thought this was really kind of intriguing, as you see in the trailer, there are a wide variety of environments. So hopefully not just in the single player, but in the multiplayer, we're going to get a lot of different environments to play in. You see in the trailer, we got a lot of different stuff going on. And it ends with New York City, Manhattan. So we're getting urban warfare, modern urban warfare, which is super dope. But I thought this was really cool. We've got pyramids in the background. So obviously this is taking place overseas. Maybe this is, I don't know if they're Egyptian pyramids, somewhere in Africa. I have no idea where these pyramids are, but there's a lot of, urban buildup around it, which obviously isn't the case, for, like the major pyramids over Giza, all that stuff. I'm not a pyramid expert here, but I thought that was really cool. They've sort of built up this urban environment around these mega structures, these ancient mega structures. So I thought that was a really cool backdrop to be fighting in. Do the pyramids explode? Is there destruction elements there? How much of this particular environment is going to be playable? Obviously, we see the dam exploding, all the water rushing out again. They really overemphasized the destruction. All right, so that's the trailer. We're moving on. We've seen the trailer. The trailer's out there. Go watch it. It's dope. The multiplayer reveal is in like 5 or 6 days. We're moving on. Like I said, this is going to be fast-paced, off the dome. So we're keeping it going. So this right here is GameSpot.com. This is everything that's been collected from Battlefield so far. This was updated on July 24th, which was yesterday at the time of recording this video. So we're going to go through this and kind of just give a rundown on everything that's been released and, I don't know, perhaps speculated about as far as Battlefield 6. Now, all of this may not be accurate or true or exact. Obviously, we don't know for sure until the developer confirms it. But according to GameSpot, there has not been an official release date yet. We do have trailer reveal dates and potentially an open beta date, but there has not been an official release date yet. I'm sure we'll get that within the next month. But October is the suggested time frame. Obviously, there's going to be a pre-order available. Whether or not you choose to do that or not, that's up to you. Again, the multiplayer reveal July 31st, 2:30 p.m. Eastern time for me. Depending on where you are, that time will be different. Now, Battlefield, as far as I know, and according to this as well, it's going to be a next-gen game. So all you PS4 and Xbox 360 guys and gals, I'm sorry. It's a 15-year-old console. Sell some fucking Pokemon cards or whatever and let's upgrade, okay? It's time to move on. It's a next-gen game. It should be a next-gen game. There's no reason that this game should try to be ported or dumbed down for PS4. It doesn't have the capability of handling it. My PC is like a $3,000 or $4,000 computer. It's probably going to have a hard time running it, at least at high settings. It's a next-gen console game, okay? So let's get with the time there. Let's upgrade. Let's sell what we need to sell. Maybe donate some plasma, whatever the case may be. All right, so the open beta and Battlefield Labs. Now, Battlefield Labs was what was released as like their sort of internal private testing thing with a small group of people that they invited. You remember when it was announced and, there were like 300,000 people online trying to sign up for it. I signed up for it. I think I was like the 160,000th person in line. So I never got an invite to that. Now, I don't think there's an official release date yet for the open beta. If you were a part of Battlefield Labs, dope. I know there's some footage that's already been put out there now that all this has been released about what the game looks like, and we'll go over that in a minute too. But I think the speculation is that the beta may happen sometime in August. If there's a release date scheduled for sometime in like October, which I suppose is their traditional timeline, that would make sense. You run an open beta for, I don't know, a week, bring it back for a week, and then you have a month to wrap up before the game's release. So that does make sense. The only other thing that's going on there is just Battlefield Labs has been ongoing, but if you haven't gotten an invite into Battlefield Labs yet, you probably won't, since there's really only a few things left, or a few months left before the game even comes out. Now, as far as the story, I'm not going to dive into the story, and that's not because I don't care about the story, but I think Battlefield campaigns are dope. Battlefield Bad Company 2 and 3 and 4, I absolutely play the campaigns. I think the campaigns are dope. I'm not worried about the campaign being bad. It's very rare that the campaign of any of these types of major franchises is bad. So I'm not going to dive into that. It says that there's not really much known about it yet anyway. Obviously, it's going to be a modern shooter, modern time frame. I'm not really worried about that. I think the campaign's going to be dope. What is interesting, though, is this ongoing talk, the ever ongoing debate whether or not Should Battlefield 6 have a battle royale? Should it just be multiplayer? My opinion is I absolutely think that Battlefield should give battle royale a really dope shot. Okay, they have the capability of doing it. I think they should absolutely go for it. Try to knock it out of the park so that we have something to play besides Warzone. Now, do I think that Battlefield 6 needs a battle royale? No, I don't think it needs a battle royale. The multiplayer of Battlefield is going to be sick. At least I hope so. It's going to be great. Battlefield has always had dope ass multiplayer. I don't think it needs a battle royale. But could they pull a sick ass battle royale off? Yeah, absolutely. And we need it in the battle royale space. If you are, that sort of high risk, high reward player, extraction battle royale, we need some competition, man. And this is the game that we, at least right now, desperately need it from. Now, supposedly, and this is, this is a lead, I guess, a leak, if you will. I don't know if this has been confirmed or not, but there has been like artwork released and like an opening sequence for it. And this does specifically say that Battlefield will have its own battle royale mode, but that's really all that's been discussed about it. I'm sure that their intention right now, just like Call of Duty, is to push and market the game with a multiplayer emphasis first and the campaign and all that good stuff. And then, they'll probably be subsidiary companies, sister companies, whatever, launch the battle royale and promote the battle royale on its own front, in its own time, whatever. And it'll kind of be its own thing, just like Raven does with Warzone and Activision and that whole partnership. So I'm pretty confident at this particular point that it will have one. I genuinely hope, though, that if they're going to release one, please do not half-ass it. If you're not going to be able to put resources into it, or you just simply don't want to, then just don't release it, man. The game doesn't need one. I would love for it to have one, but please don't release something that's half-ass and just let it crumble and deteriorate and stain and tarnish the game. Okay, I'd rather just have a core Battlefield experience without a battle royale than a half-assed battle royale just because it's a popular genre of game. So if you're gonna do it, please bring all of that hardcore Battlefield passion to the battle royale. Please do not release a trash-ass battle royale and let it wither away and become some ridiculous joke of a game like Warzone has become. Just don't even include it, okay? That being said, I am extremely excited about the idea of Battlefield having a BR, and I cannot wait to see what it looks like, how it plays, how they take on the genre of BR or extraction, whatever it is. Now, the last thing we're going to touch on here is what's going to be included in the game. It says that they're aiming for 45 different weapons at launch, which is more than double that Battlefield 2042 have. I remember that a lot of people did not like the weapons at the launch of Battlefield 2042. 10 multiplayer maps, which is sick. Again, like we said, the trailer showcased a lot of different environments. The multiplayer trailer is coming. Can't wait to see it. And the destruction, baby. Man, I hope you can tell how excited I am about the potential of what this could be, man. I'm trying not to get my hopes up, but these guys over at EA know that this is it, man. They know that this is it. So I'm hoping. Okay, so what else does this say here? They're going to aim for 128. 128 player matches are going away. So it seems like they may be focusing on your traditional 64 players rather than 128. Okay, I'm cool with that. If you can't make 128 work, sweet. Specialists will not be coming back. That is from Vince Zampella himself. Specialists will not be returning. Now, it has been a hot topic recently about the class system being locked or unlocked. I saw a tweet about this yesterday. I can't remember if it was stated that the class-based system... Now, I know the class-based system is returning, but maybe you can help me out in the comments. Did they confirm that classes will be locked to those specific weapons and those specific items? Engineers have access to whatever, medics, medkits, whatever. Did they confirm that? Are classes officially locked, or is it going to be open classes? I can't remember what that said. that was something that may or may not have been confirmed yet, but I know they did talk about testing it. A lot of the people were saying, hey, we want the classes to be locked. We want it to be the way that it was. Okay, so that's pretty much it for this article. Just a couple of last little bitties here while we're skimming, obviously there's going to be rough edges, bugs, and crashes. We fully expect that. This is going to be a huge game, guys. It's going to require a lot of resources. Those PS5 fams are going to be burning up. You are obviously going to have an EA account. I hate that shit. I hate having to have an app. It's available on Steam, but you still have to have an EA, whatever. I mean, I don't like that, but whatever. I mean, that just is what it is. Okay, so yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it for the article. And that's a very quick, very passionate, very loud rundown of just about all we know so far. Now, I debated on whether or not I wanted to include the gameplay that had been leaked from Battlefield Labs into this video. There are several videos out on YouTube right now showcasing the multiplayer gameplay. Ultimately, I don't think I'm going to include it in the video simply because I don't want to risk the video getting taken down. And even though this is all coming out now and we're just days away from the official reveal, I don't think it's that big of a risk, but I don't want to risk it because technically speaking, it is probably still, DMCA'd or whatever, NDA'd footage that may or may not supposed to be released. So if you want to see it, just look it up online. It's out there and I've watched it. I will say that if it's real, if it's actual content from Battlefield Labs, Battlefield 6, it looks pretty dope, man. I'm not going to lie. I mean, you take it with a grain of salt, but it looks like Battlefield 3, Battlefield 4, it's what I'm looking at. It's what I'm seeing. It looks good. It sounds good. So ultimately, all in all, guys, I'm trying to control my passion. I'm trying to control my level of enthusiasm for this, but I'd be dead to rights lying if I said that I was not stoked for this, man. I cannot tell you, I just made a video on this. It didn't perform very well for some reason. The algorithm didn't like it, I guess, but my last video, check it out. I just made a video about where I'm at with shooters and the shooter genre. I have got to have something new, man. A lot of people feel like they've got to have something new. And coming from the AAA space, this is really it, man. This is what we need. This is what we want. Battlefield has always been a banger franchise, bro. And we know they can do it. We know. So I'm genuinely hoping and praying that all of my enthusiasm does not get crushed and I don't go back to having to play Elden Ring by myself and suck at that game too. And that's just it, man. Because shooters are my bread and butter. They are my reason for gaming and doing all this. And I love them and I want them to succeed and I want to support them. And I want the same things we all want from them. I just want them to be good. So anyway, folks, Battlefield 6 is here, baby. I don't think we're going to have to wait until 2026 to get it. I think it's coming this holiday season. It remains to be seen. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Please like this video, subscribe to the channel, check out all the other content. There's a ton just like this on the channel. I'm live 3 days a week as well. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday here on YouTube, Twitch, and TikTok. Check me out on every single platform. These are the types of discussions we like to have even when we're live. I cannot wait to get my hands on this game. I'll see you guys online.